about it, was it budget or was it a council meeting?
We talked about the crosswalk. This is some wonderful stuff here, by the way.
It is,
Yeah, I would hope we can do something eventually for our crosswalks. And we gotta work on, I don't know if it's the DDA or the city, but we need something down here. But anyway, we talked about paint. Gotta get paint to do crosswalks, and I don't know what the regulations are on what this crosswalk is supposed to look like, where we're gonna have them. So there's all kinds of regulations about what you can do and what you can't do, so I would think Tom would be the person to know what we can do and what we can't do. You know Jerry House.
That's our city manager is aware beyond what she's.
Well, there's standards.
There are standards.
Wasn't there something that the county has to approve or something?
The county doesn't have to approve this road, it's a local road.
No.
Okay, so we don't need the outside approval. Okay, do we have an expert that would be cheap, that would just tell us what we should do?
Well, we can talk to the engineers. They might be able to give us some background. Will the Kent County Road Commission help us with this?
Probably not.
Will Kent County Road Commission help us with this?
No, because it's a local road. We're responsible for it.
They still wouldn't help us just because we're not.
What kind of help do you want?
Well,
You better, police chief.
what's acceptable and not acceptable in a public crosswalk?
Yeah.
Guidelines?
Well, that's what's in your packet.
Okay. Years ago, it was standard policy to paint crosswalks on every intersection from the stoplight to Maple Street, or up at Pine Street. And it just, for whatever budget cuts or whatever, they stopped.
Yeah. So we've got to buy the paint, we got to pay our city people,
Him, yeah,
and
to
it has
paint,
to be done every year.
yeah.
The 2003 cost estimates here is anywhere from $750 for a striped crosswalk to $2,600 for a high visibility that would have a little sign over it.
Okay.
That's 2013 estimates.
You know, we have a high volume street here we're dealing with too.
Right.
And that was one of the things that Tom mentioned, that the paint's gonna fade fast.
Well, the paint, no matter what you put on, you know, the snow plowing in the winter takes off what's left,
But a sign doesn't disappear.
just during the winter. For snow plowing removal.
Well, you can do the
Overhead,
there's overheads, but then you're getting into
more money.
So we need to know what we can do and how much it's going to cost.
Yeah, you gotta have
We have to have a plan.
Without traffic lights, I guess I don't understand the purpose of a sign saying that this is where you cross. No one's gonna stop anyway, I mean.
By law,
By
like
law.
one field is a pedestrian, right?
Well, supposed to, okay.
well,
All
that's what
right.
you put.
if there's an ordinance.
Correct. I mean, for example, downtown Grand Rapids, in front of the Welsh Auditorium and the Civic Center and everything, they have those marked crosswalks that have flashers and everything on them. That's where you get into the higher cost. You put a little island there, and
Yeah, you have to do something like that, because just painting stripes on the ground, it's
well, and
not,
obviously in the winter time, that's going to get covered.
right, it's not gonna do anything.
But if you have signage there indicating,
You don't stop here for
yield,
pedestrians.
there's several pictures in the packet here. I think Linda needs your email.
They even have portable ones as well.
And the portable ones are really starting when you put it out in the spring and then they have to be moved in the winter.
Rockford has them with stop signs that are in the middle of their downtown intersection, and those are on a little post island, but that's something that could be removed in the winter. Or they actually leave them there all year round, they just plow around them, but
It's low volume.
it's not as high as this, that's for sure. But there's a bunch of pictures on page.
I thought city council at one point had been looking into how to look into getting potentially a traffic light where the Kent Theater is and or where you are.
Well, that is.
But that had to go through the road commission, and how did we start that process? Did that ever get started?
Well, supposed to be sometime in the spring, Sergeant Kelly's supposed to be getting us go after the thing, test your speed and traffic study, basically, not technical traffic study, but
Right.
car number and that.
Yeah,
And
they,
then we're gonna go with this year's numbers versus last year's numbers and see if we have a reasoning for an actual study, because the studies are not cheap.
okay.
On page 24 in the packet, there's a bunch of pictures of overhead signs.
Yeah, just didn't even figure out trying.
Yeah, I'm actually, no, I can see it right here, he's looking at it.
You know, any of the things we put in that road, like signs or whatever, it has to meet the standards for that. You can,
I thought there were additional regulations, I know you said this is a local street, but I thought there were additional regulations because of this being a highway or something.
high volume, it's a county primary.
Yeah, so there's no additional for it being that?
According to what Linda just told
Yeah,
me.
that's what, okay, I thought I'd heard otherwise.
MDOT, is that who we should talk to?
Michigan Department of Transportation.
Okay.
It's not a state highway.
They have to be, there's uniform standards that we have to meet to anything we put in the road.
The standards, but to do it, we would have to have their approval, correct?
We just assume the liability.
So there has to be a plan, we have to submit it. That's what they told us at that one conference.
It has to be approved.
And we have to,
And they'll say, we recommend it, or we don't recommend it, and then it's up to us to finally decide whether we do or we don't.
And currently, they say they don't recommend it, right?
Correct.
and, well, we're so fortunate to have a road that we have to maintain and they,
Well, but we get the money for it.
okay.
Doesn't fit criteria for the standard, especially a stoplight that used to be at Pine, or not Pine, but Maple. We had to take that down because it didn't meet uniform traffic control standards. If we leave it up, then basically the city would be liable for any accidents there, even in, ultimately, the people that got in a wreck there could use the state's recommendation against the city to sue them. Because you put it up and they told you not to. That's not true.
So in that case, there was something wrong with the light, or that it was there at all?
It didn't meet the standard of the traffic flow between the intersection. It was the same results that we got on West Street in Northland, or Maine, in Muskegon. We wanted a stoplight there, and the county and them both said no, that it did not meet the standards. And basically we have to buy the light anyway. And if we put it up, then you get wrecked and we're liable for it. Any suits.
Yeah. Any new signs, there's always accidents until people get
Yeah.
used to them being there.
It's just, they say no, but you can still put it up. Any of these signage, if it doesn't meet the standards, then we can still put it up.
Can we paint the road though? Get the
Yeah.
stripes on it.
That's,
For visibility's sake.
maybe that's our first step, is paint the crosswalks.
I think so.
Paint the crosswalks, and then I think you need to have a sign.
You have to put some signs too, that yield to pedestrian signs or whatever. There's a bunch of examples in this packet. Yeah, pedestrian crossing.
How much does one of those signs cost? Say like just the
Portable,
the guys like walking across.
$50 to $100.
Yeah, I'm gonna say most of them are gonna be about the same price as what we pay for the parking directional signs, would be my guess.
Okay. Then we have to pay to put them up.
And standard signs.
So we could paint the crosswalk signs and maybe just put a pedestrian sign if that's okay with
I would be more for the stop here for pedestrians.
but we have to make sure it meets the criteria.
Well, we can put it up whether it does or not.
Okay, all right.
It's just,
Can the DDA afford a couple of those signs at crosswalks that we paint, or how many should we buy? What are we gonna do with the money?
Where do you put them?
At the crosswalk?
I know, but
It's
Intersections,
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta put one at each intersection, you gotta put,
the designated ones.
These people start thinking about, all these kids trying to get across the streets and stuff. Where did you get the estimates for your signs, Perry, for the parking signs from Tom? Did Tom give them to you?
Yeah, I had a site that I got them from, and then Tom had a site that the city gets from them. Sign was cheaper through what Tom was looking at than the one I was looking at, by probably $20 a sign. So
Who's the guy in front?
we can check with Kevin here in town. I know I seen some of them kinds of signs in his shop. I don't know whether it'd be any cheaper than what Tom gets for the city or not.
Well, a place in Lansing that Tom goes is pretty
Calendar
cheap.
door and boss.
So we should paint the intersections that we're working on, and then buy some signs, put them up, but where? Like, during the site, guttering.
I'm not asleep, I'm just thinking.
So if we, I know at council, was it at the council meeting or the budget meeting we were talking about it? The budget meeting. Right now it's budgeted for just doing the north and south ones at the intersections, not going across east and west, right?
There's money in the budget for paint, but it's where they are allocated for.
Right.
I would say you're right.
Alright, so do we,
Buy more paint and do the east-west.
so would that be DDA thing or would that be city council?
That would be you, I'm just speaking out loud, you'd request the DDA would request the council to have crosswalks painted east and west on Main Street. And then it would be taken up by the council and they would decide yea or nay. And if they say yea,
Cherry and Maple, I think would be at least a good start.
go. Pardon?
Cherry and Maple would be at least a good start.
So I think that if we do them in one, we have to do all. We can't hop skip.
Even better.
Somebody said that, I remember
Yeah, I
that.
remember hearing that come up, I think
That's
Tom
what
was
Sergeant
it.
Kelly said, you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
One location, you need at
That's
least two.
what I was gonna say, and, ultimately, I guess you'd ask Sergeant Kelly where the signs need to go. And if we have to put one at every intersection, or
You at
does
least
it
two,
have to
or you
be?
do it every intersection.
If you just did it at one, and you're showing preferentiality for
Yeah.
that business or those locations, so you need to at least, at the minimum, have two.
You'd set a boundary either at Maple to Beach, the core downtown.
Yeah, putting one at everyone would be great. I mean, again, that promotes
Slow
pedestrian
the
traffic,
traffic,
which
right.
is, and it slows traffic down too. That's the other thing on us crossing the street all the time. I mean, everybody is not going 25 miles an hour. So that,
Come up to my place.
yeah, even worse.
Even in a car, I can't pull up.
Well, maybe
Well, that's
this
the
is
reason why I
better.
walk most of the time, because it's faster for me to walk from one place where it's between 18 and 17 mile, I'm right in the middle, it's just as fast for me to walk there as to get in the car and pull out and wait.
This may be the fix, have them put crosswalks everywhere.
Yep.
And if it still creates a problem, maybe you look into the sign purchase.
Any start's good.
One step at a time.
Yep.
And obviously the painting is probably the least
What
expensive.
would do extra,
I
what
would
would
make
do
a
the
motion
extra
then as the
striping then,
DDA that we
to
make
make it more predominant?
If you tell them they will.
I would make a motion then that we, as a DDA, we make a recommendation to council to have crosswalks painted at the intersections from Beach to Maple.
Beach to Maple.
And that they be high visibly painted, not just your traditional.
No sign.
Sure. Well, I
Let's
think
see.
we're gonna start with crosswalks and do signs next.
See where it goes, I guess. First step, get
But the
paint.
paint might already be in the budget, right? We might be able
Yeah,
to do
the
that.
ones in the north and south directions are already in the budget, but the going east and west across Main Street is not.
Well, if they authorize it, then they'll have to purchase more paint. So, it's just, they have to get more paint, because they want them all over. We cross that bridge first, get the crosswalks in, and if that doesn't do the trick, then we've got to decide what and where the signs will go. And maybe Officer Kelly could have some input on that. Or traffic.
Good to me.
I don't, I'm just,
I second the motion.
Well, actually, I would amend it then, as long as we're gonna make the request to get the ball rolling, I would submit a motion that we recommend crosswalk painting and pedestrian signs at each of the intersections.
I'll second that one.
All right, all in favor?
Alright,
All
paint
opposed?
first and go with sign second.
I think you're
I'm
going
making
both.
a recommendation to go for both, and council can do what they feel is right.
True, okay.
as a DDA, I think it benefits everyone in the downtown district to have both.
We don't want to recommend whatever they want to do, or just, I mean, the standard crosswalk, the first one in the packet. I mean, it's fine with me, it's a standard, everybody knows where it is.
Crosswalk A and crosswalk B. You have crosswalk A as the traditional parallel lines crosswalk, and then you have crosswalk B, it's a high visibility crosswalk with a ladder design.
Like that, they have that at the school.
I think they should, any of your main,
What was that on here?
27, it's 20/7.
2 of 7.
2/7.
Page 7 of the
Mine's
packet.
on
The
7.
ladder is the nicest one. If you look at it, go back to the front, right at the top. Page 1, that's it.
It's page 7 in the total packet, there's 60 pages in the packet, it's page 7.
Yeah, better visibility is 1/7. And that's a school crossing in Florida. Gives you the ladder.
definitely the high visibility one.
Yeah.
Well, I do know as a driver that I could get in, I respect it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some people don't, but I mean, if I see those at the Myers and stuff, I'm always looking for somebody.
But be careful, they will run you down in those.
Well, I know that.
And it's private property. I know.
So hopefully,
Well, no matter where you go,
maybe there's a learning curve with
Right.
it from town too, maybe you could test crosswalk.
So I think that'll help a little bit too, so.
All right.
So we decided?
Yeah.
one step forward.
So, that was understandable, what do you think, Linda? I'll make sure we're all on track. All right, now the new business. Motion to approve reimbursement request dated January 25th, 2016, of a total amount of $57,540 per the development and reimbursement agreement between the City of Cedar Springs Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and the Cedar Springs Brewing Company LLC dated December 18th, 2014.
I have no discussion.
I would make that motion.
Second.
To approve. Now discussion. Could, Mr. Barnett will explain that, hopefully?
I don't have a lot of knowledge on this. Dad handled the whole brownfield. I wasn't involved in it at all when it came up. But I did go to a conference last week and it was brought up, so I have to get with, if you read the materials, it was submitted for $57,540 and, it needs to be set up in assessing and the tax system as a brownfield, and then we can do tax capture if you approve it. But it's gonna be, I forget how many years it goes over, so it'll be paying it back a little bit
Up
at
to
a time.
12 years, no. I think 12 was the initial, and I think it ultimately was approved.
It was a 2045, I believe. Yeah. It
Yeah.
has to be paid full by 2045.
Which, I mean, I don't think there will be, so.
Yeah, so
This
once
was,
we can get it set up in
The
our.
recapturable expenses were the things that we had to do to clean up the site, so.
Contamination.
Right.
Gets reimbursed for that.
And I obviously will not be voting on this.
I was just gonna say, do we have to have a vote to exempt him from this?
He needs to ask to be abstained.
I will move that I abstain from voting on this motion.
Your roll call vote. Sam?
This is for the,
He's abstaining, you're gonna let him abstain? Say yes.
We got a motion?
there's two on the floor to be real. Which one we voting on?
We're voting on the abstain.
Abstention.
Rose?
Yes.
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 Sure.
Yes.
I vote yes.
Second motion.
Okay. The
Already
original
done.
motion.
I think it's already, the motion by the mayor was that we, okay it. Accept it. And it was seconded by Sean, I believe.
Yes.
Any more discussion before we vote on that one?
Why is it our decision?
No, the brownfield.
Just a quick question. Are we voting on this as DDA or the Brownsfield board? Do we have to
Which
adjourn?
means we have to close
Do
down.
we have to close one session and
To
open the
open the other.
Brownsfield?
You're one and the same.
We are one.
So, because we did that once before, where we opened two different meetings, I didn't know how that worked.
Right.
That would have been part of it, that's what I'm asking.
Okay,
Being in the on our agenda like this, then we can just vote on it.
okay, I just making sure.
We are the brownfield.
So this means easement could cost $57,000 to clean that up.
And then some.
And what are we arranging?
The original agreement
Gets
was
his
done
money back,
Who's reimbursing him?
the tax, captured taxes by the city
Tax relief,
through the Brownsfield.
tax relief to the Brownfield Authority.
Oh, I see. So you're
Some
going,
of our expenses were recapturable.
you're going to get these $57,000
That,
over time by reduction in your tax bill.
Correct.
Correct. Got it. So the city's paying you basically to invest in our community.
Kinda.
We are,
Good deal for everybody.
Clean up a hazard.
What you could do with a coal yard.
Yeah.
So that's cleaned it up.
Good, there you go.
the whole city is a brownfield development. What it does, this triggers a mechanism for him to reimburse his costs of cleanup through his taxes. He doesn't have to pay the amount of property tax.
It's reduced by so much a year until it's recaptured.
It's a paper chase.
Got
He
it.
pays it and then he gets recouped.
I got it. Got it.
All right, any more discussion before we vote? All right, dealing with money, we do another roll call vote. Sean?
Yes.
Bernie?
Yes.
Yes.
Sally?
Yes.
Gary? Rose?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
And Terry says yes.
And the state, I believe, set his amount that he gets back, correct?
We had to submit the eligible expenses, which is what's in the packet here. You see all the things that we paid that were applicable towards the cleanup.
Correct.
And that's what, I think the original approval was like up to 104,000 or something like that, but
106,200.
was the original, but this is actually the amount that we spent that was eligible.
All right. City manager and DDA director's report.
I didn't have anything.
Very efficient.
All right. We'll move on to trustee comments. Sean?
Sorry, I had this next week. That's all I have.
No,
Bernie, anything?
I'm good.
Dave?
A 20-minute meeting took an hour and a half.
20-minute meeting.
Exactly.
You guys are just waiting for me. I get it, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that we're gonna do something about the crosswalks to slow down people. I think the more, we make those visible, I think the more people will slow down.
I agree.
Tim?
Well, I agree with that. When Carquest was downtown, I was always thought, as a kid, you don't put your door open, it's not coming traffic, you wait until they, and my God, it took forever to get out. This is a parts store. And people were not, as Dave says, no one's going to buy you. If you weren't paying attention, you used the door tore off, you know, I mean, it's just something you slow down. It's not state highway anymore, you know, I mean, for years ago, it was state highway. Everything was on that, all the way. Now it's in a local road, you slow them down, I think those crosswalks we do. Like you said, it's gotta start somewhere, I'm glad we made that much progress there.
Yes.
Thanks for doing that. Starting someplace and moving forward a little bit at a time, is what we gotta do, we don't have to solve the whole problem. Something's better than nothing.
Something's spinning our wheels.
I hope we can get the money for the crosswalks, for the paint and the labor. We're gonna discuss at the budget meeting on Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday's budget meeting, isn't
You got meetings Thursday?
Good.
Hey.
Sorry.
That's all right, you make all the decisions. You're the only one
Unless
there.
you have it on wrong day.
Oh, here you go.
So, you know, on behalf of all the people that I talked to, you know, including you guys, you know, I'm glad we're moving ahead with this. Hope to see folks at this, trail meeting too. See, when is our next budget meeting?
I don't know, half the balls.
We don't have no. Okay, so we're done with the council meeting. At council.
It's council.
I thought we had to have one more.
Yeah. As everyone knows, we've contracted with MML. We had a special meeting the other night, and we narrowed it down to 5 candidates. So everyone mark on your calendar, if you want input, May 9th, here at City Hall, it's a Monday. We start at 8:30, and the first interview will be at 9. We have 5 candidates. We'll interview all 5 on Monday. So it'll be kind of
It starts at what time?
8:30 is the original meeting, but the first interview starts at 9.
I assume that's AM.
AM.
Yeah.
And we'll go on until they're all interviewed, and then possibly by 5, depending, we may have a selection, a manager. So,
So it's gonna go all day, basically.
yes.
Yep.
So you can, anyone, you can pop in at any time. I
Is there,
believe the names will be posted before long in the Post or somewhere. They're all public knowledge now.
you're at liberty to say who they
Are they
are?
available? Look
Who are
and
they?
I don't have the names.
So that agenda's put together on Monday.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me?
Posted until the agenda is posted.
So you can't, you should tell me then, right? Okay.
We have 5. So,
So,
they look to be good candidates. We hope they're a good fit. Other than that, the list will be released soon.
Monday.
The day of the meeting will be released.
The names won't, just a question. Because Spitzinger, I thought she said that we could, once they agree, then it's public knowledge.
So the way she wrote it in motion is that the names will be available on the day of the meeting.
I may be wrong there. I've been wrong a lot of times. But anyway, we have 5 coming that Monday
Out of 43.
out of 43.
Which is good.
that's good, we had 43 applicants.
Yes.
Awesome.
These, and I was impressed, what we asked for in credentials, they have it.
That's awesome.
One in particular is very strong in DDA.
Two of them.
2 of them.
Okay, so
So we got some good potential candidates.
We had 18 of them that MML kind of boiled down for us to look at.
That fit our criteria.
To fit our criteria.
8:30 to 5 on Monday.
Yes.
The 9th.
Like each, maybe a long-ish.
Be a long day.
And this is a public.
Yes, it's required to be open meeting. And, you know, like some of the stuff, you know, I can't speak for the council, but
Out of my own curiosity, does the public get, is there any feedback at all from what we hear, or
basically,
are we just observers?
at the meetings that day, you can only be an observer. There'll be a question sent to us by MML, and they won't be known until that morning. That's so the candidates can't prep, and we won't know them either. We have certain questions she's going to send to us, and we would send back to her. So I'm guessing if certain individuals here in the community have a question you want asked, give it to one of the council members or to Linda and submit it, and if it's appropriate, MML will post it and we could ask it.
And if I recall right, she said that how we have our 4-minute slot in the front, they can give, you know, direction, but they can't speak anything
Right.
later than that.
It's a liability issue.
Sure.
The
Understood.
visitors or the people in the meeting cannot ask the candidate a question because of liability.
Well, we can handle them, but then we are
Then we
liable.
get,
No, I'm just asking,
But
Obviously,
I guess, you know, if you
everybody here
have
is
some
very interested in
questions.
this.
Can you ask if they're Republican or Democrat? Probably not. See, you should be able to ask that question.
Well, we're non-biased, or non-partisan.
We're nonpartisan.
See, that's how old they are?
No. No, there's a lot of questions you can't ask them. Stuff that you would want to ask.
I know, I want to ask all those questions.
You're not,
All the non-political correct questions that should be asked.
you're not selling them a car.
I'm not trying to sell them a car.
Which side of the street
Yeah.
coming from,
But,
and
You know, they all sounded good, so
the historical.
we'll see how they are that Monday.
Can you ask them if they have a record?
If you,
They've been checked already.
Yeah, they gotta fill
No,
them out.
I mean, they were, yes.
They have a criminal background on all that done on them before they even get to us. So
so
there's no,
Jay Spencer's not on the list?
so nobody that worked for the DEQ in Flint is on that list.
Well, I'm talking about the supervisor in Plainfield Township.
We just,
Revenue district.
don't worry about that poor guy.
He's not, he doesn't meet the criteria.
That's what I was saying, so he's not on the list.
No,
Cool,
Right.
that's exciting.
that's it. That's about it. Spring has sprung.
Can you ask them if they're transgender?
No.
I haven't.
You can't do that either. See, now, that's wrong.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
I support.
All right, I guess I say nothing, we're good.
You just caught a problem, Bernie.
I know I would.